Kale was a man now, a man made of stories. His cottage sat at the edge of the village, nestled against the ancient woods. Villagers came to him with heavy hearts, seeking comfort. Kale greeted them with a warm smile and herbal tea, listening by the fire. He never offered easy answers, only stories, of the forest, of starlight, of quiet courage. His tales were lanterns, lighting the way for those lost in darkness. The children loved him most, gathering on his porch for stories of sprites and gentle giants. He spoke of the Whispering Grove, a magical place where lost things waited to be remembered. His stories planted wonder and taught that kindness was the greatest magic. On this afternoon, as the sun dipped low, Kale sensed someone was coming. He looked out his window, heart open, ready to listen. He knew his work was not just to tell tales, but to hear the silent stories people carried. The woods hummed with anticipation. Someone was on the path carrying a burden. Kale waited, lantern of hope in hand. The world outside was quiet, but inside stories waited to be shared. The keeper of stories prepared to welcome another soul. A small figure appeared on the path, Rowan, a boy weighed down by heartbreak. The world felt fractured to him. A broken toy, a forgotten promise, small hurts piling up. He clutched a smooth stone, the only thing that felt whole. Rowan came to Kale, searching for something unbroken. At the gate, he hesitated, nervous, but Kale's gentle smile eased his fears. "Hello there," Kale said softly. "I've been expecting you. Come in." The warmth of the fire and the scent of herbs welcomed Rowan inside. He held out the stone, voice trembling. "I'm looking for something that doesn't break." Kale saw the sadness in Rowan's eyes and understood. This was not a search for an object, but for hope. Kale nodded, his expression full of empathy. He invited Rowan to sit, creating a space of safety. The silence between them was gentle, healing. Rowan's longing was clear. He wanted to feel steady, strong, unbroken. Kale listened, offering not answers, but presence. The boy's journey had begun, not for a thing, but for a feeling. In Kale's cottage, hope flickered quietly. The keeper of stories knew how to guide him. Rowan's search for wholeness was about to lead him somewhere magical. The first step was simply being heard. Kale took Rowan's hand, warm and reassuring. "Sometimes the world feels fragile," he said. "But some things aren't broken, they're just changed." He led Rowan to a chair by the fire, letting silence comfort them. Then softly he spoke. "There's a place in the woods called the Whispering Grove. Lost things rest there, not forgotten, but remembered." Rowan's eyes widened. "A place for lost things?" "It's as real as the hope in your heart," Kale replied. "We can go together if you like." Rowan nodded, a spark of hope igniting. Kale retrieved an old lantern from a wooden chest, its frosted glass glowing faintly. "We'll need this," he said. "It will help us find our way." The promise was simple. Rowan would not search alone. The journey was not just for lost things, but for lost feelings. Rowan felt lighter, the ache in his chest easing. The Whispering Grove awaited, a place where hope could grow. Kale's stories had always been lanterns. Now, they would carry a real one. Together, they would seek what could not be broken. The adventure was about to begin. Rowan was ready to follow the light. The keeper of stories led the way. They set out as golden sunlight filtered through the trees. Kale carried the lantern, unlit, guiding Rowan along the winding path. The woods were full of small wonders, moss patterns, shafts of light, bird song. Kale encouraged Rowan to listen, to notice, to breathe in the peace of the forest. The deeper they walked, the quieter Rowan's worries became. The village faded behind them, replaced by a living, peaceful silence. Rowan felt his anxieties soften, soothed by the rhythm of their steps and the magic of the woods. At last they reached a clearing bathed in ethereal light, the Whispering Grove. Ancient trees arched overhead, moss glowed beneath their feet. The air was filled with gentle whispers, memories lingering in the leaves. Rowan stood at the edge, mesmerized by the sense of wholeness. "This is the Whispering Grove," Kale said softly. "The love for lost things lives here. It never truly goes away." Rowan stepped onto the glowing moss, feeling peace for the first time. The grove welcomed him, its magic gentle and real. Here, he felt at home in a way he'd never known. The journey had brought him to the heart of hope. Rowan spent hours in the Whispering Grove, sometimes with Kale, sometimes alone. He learned to be still, to listen to the whispers in the leaves. They were not sad, but full of love and cherished moments. Rowan realized that even when things break, the love remains, becoming part of the world. One day, by a stream, a creature emerged, woven of twigs and moss with amber eyes. Rowan felt no fear, only connection. He named it Thorn. Thorn became his silent companion, a steady friend in the magical grove. Through this bond, Rowan's heart began to mend. He found strength not in things that never break, but in the connections that heal. Kale watched with quiet joy as Rowan's anxiety faded, replaced by calm curiosity. Rowan was no longer just a visitor. He was becoming part of the grove. He understood its language, respected its magic. The most important lesson was clear. Healing comes from listening, patience, and opening your heart. Rowan was almost ready for what came next. The Whispering Grove had given him more than hope. It had given him belonging. The boy who arrived broken was learning to be whole. The woods and his heart healed together. Kale knew Rowan's journey was reaching its turning point. The lantern's light would soon pass to new hands. As twilight settled, Kale lit the lantern, golden light filling the grove. The whispers grew joyful, the moss glowed brighter. Kale called Rowan to his side, holding out the lantern. "I carried this lantern through my own darkness," Kale said. "It's a vessel of hope. It shines brightest when shared." Rowan understood. This was more than a light. It was a legacy. "But it's yours," Rowan said, awed. Kale smiled. "The stories will always be here, but the grove needs a new guardian. Someone who understands its whispers." Rowan took the lantern. The light pulsed, warm and right in his hands. He looked at the ancient trees, at Thorn, at Kale, and felt a surge of purpose. He was no longer lost. He was a guardian, a keeper of hope. "What do I do now?" Rowan asked. "You listen," Kale replied. "You keep the light burning. When someone comes with a fractured heart, you show them the way." Rowan nodded, understanding his journey was now a path for others. He held the lantern high, its light a beacon in the dusk. The Whispering Grove had a new guardian. Kale's legacy would continue. Rowan's heart was whole, ready to guide others. The lantern's glow promised hope for all who sought it. The keeper of stories had passed on the light. The grove's magic would never fade. As Rowan accepted his new role, the grove shimmered with golden warmth. The moss pulsed with vibrant energy. The whispers became a harmonious song. The grove celebrated its new guardian. Rowan felt connected to every leaf, every stone, every whisper. Thorn sat at his feet, steadfast and silent. Kale watched, heart full, his legacy of hope passed on. Night fell, and a new star appeared above the canopy, shining with silvery light. "That is Aster," Kale said softly. "A memory, watching over us, a reminder that those we love are never truly gone." The star was a promise. Hope, once rekindled, shines for all to see. Rowan stood as the new guardian, no longer seeking something unbroken, but sharing the power to heal. The forest was brighter, the world felt whole. In the sky, a new star watched over the keeper of the light. The path to the Whispering Grove would always be there. For every lost soul, hope would shine.